Infernal blessings. We are back with another video. Before I begin, a couple quick announcements. If you are interested in signing up for classes that I do offer, I'm doing a bunch of ongoing series on various different occult left-hand path topics. Shadow work classes, Luciferian magic and self-mastery class, telepathic sorcery, Sith dark side alchemy and philosophy class. Full list. The way to get in on the classes that I do offer. I do 3 private classes every month for Patreon members only. The way to sign up for my classes is to go to the Primordial Chaos Patreon page, patreon.com/Baniti, B-A-N-I-T-I, and join Tier 3. That'll give you access to all of the classes. All right. Also, if you're interested in signing up for the 6th annual Journey of the Black Adept Conference, you can register and sign up for that right now. That is a 3-day event that will be taking place from October 19th to the 22nd. It starts with a meet and greet on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We have workshops and classes and rituals followed by those workshops, classes, and presentations on Friday and Saturday evening, followed by a group dinner and some socializing, hanging out, and having some fun. Event wraps up Sunday. I'll do a Q&A session from noon to 4 p.m. You could also attend virtually. If you want information on how to sign up, shoot me an email at khnum19@gmail.com. Also, if you are interested in a spiritual reading or a spiritual consultation, I offer various different types of readings. I offer telepathic demonic readings, Santa Muerte readings, Egyptian oracle readings, shadow work readings, deity readings. Shoot me an email and I will send you information on how to book a reading or a consultation. Also keep in mind all this information and new content is being uploaded to the Primordial Chaos podcast, which is available on Spotify, all major podcast platforms. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram, Primordial Chaos 9, all one word. Also on Facebook, Primordial Chaos, 2 words. And everything that I just described, the direct link to the podcast, along with my contact email address, the social media pages, and the direct link to the Patreon page, where you can sign up for classes on the Patreon page, the Primordial Chaos page. That link, too, is in the description box of this video that you're watching. All right, so what I want to talk about here, I was having a conversation with Raven earlier, and it kind of inspired me to do this video here about, again, how your subconscious mind works in relationship to dream recollection. Okay? Now, for those of you, a lot of you over the years have reached out to me about certain dreams that you have had, and I'm going to say something I said years ago that I still stand firm on today. A lot of you will reach out to me about, I had a dream, what does this mean? Can you fully interpret it? Let me say this, I've always said this from day one. I know there's a lot of people out there who will like to lay claim that they can tell you exactly what your dream is and meant, or the full explanation. It's a bunch of bullshit, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay? What have I always told people? And if you're one of them and you're listening, you know what I'm about to say is 100% true. I've made it clear I can help and assist you deciphering that dream, but at the end of the day, you're going to have to dig deeper, because it's definitely, when we have dreams and all this different symbolism and things take place in these dreams, it's personal, it's for you. So I also show the individual how they've got to do dream recollection work in order for them to really get the full meaning. So what I help, or what I've helped people with in the past, or help people with, is I ask them to explain the dream to me. I'll explain some of the symbolisms. I'll further investigate. I'll ask a series of questions like, what have you been doing the last few weeks, or what's been going on the last several? Because sometimes that could influence what you're dreaming about. Okay? So having said that, I've also made it clear, if you're a person, not everybody has strong, vivid dreams. Some people have a lot of dreams. Some people don't dream that much. Some people occasionally, and for many different reasons is why that more than likely happens. But we're focusing on dream recollection. Another thing I've always told people over the years is, especially if you're somebody that has a lot of dreams, you should keep a dream journal, right? Keep a record of what you're dreaming about. And here's for the main reason, okay? This is for the main reason. Because you could have a dream tonight and something takes place 6 months later that could connect with that dream you have tonight. Okay? Now, what inspired me to do this video, long story short, without getting too intricate or detailed, Raven had a dream about, oddly enough, my older sister, my brother-in-law, and it was about the heart and the blood. Now, mind you, this was right before he found out he had blockages and had to get open heart surgery. So we put one and one together this morning. We were like, that's what that shit was. Now, mind you, this happened a few months ago. So something just recently happened to confirm it that she was able to tap into and reach out to me. Now, when you're linked in an egregore, I told you that. When you work with a group of people regularly, consistently, and to an extent, for those of you who come to the Patreon rituals regularly, you are part of that egregore also, and you can tap in to the astral realm of other people in relationship to how I just described. So Raven obviously did that. That was clear and confirmed this morning, which validates my point. You should always keep a record of this, because now here's the part that gets a little complex. People always reach out to me and go, why can't dreams just be so simple? Why they always got to be, why can't it just be a straight to the point, direct message? I wish I had an answer for you for that, a direct answer, but I could tell you it doesn't happen like that. That's what I can tell you. As I've said before, your superconscious, your subconscious mind, and your conscious mind, your mind, period, is a very delicate, complicated, intricate thing. The subconscious mind communicates to you a lot when it comes to dreams. I'm talking about in symbols, colors. It'll play out scenarios in your dreams, trying to tap in to something that you have stored there, that you have gained access to try to communicate a message to you. Okay? That I do know is how it happens. Okay, nobody can really answer. If it was just like you see in the movies and shit, like some spirit just comes to you, you such and such and so, it's just, that's just not the way it is. That's why we have to be careful of what we absorb in our understanding of things of a spiritual matter or spiritual nature. This is why I tell people, when you have dreams, take note of everything that takes place in your dreams. I'm talking about very detailed information, because a lot of times this represents and means something. Pay attention to if it's an indoor-outdoor environment. Pay attention to everything in that environment. If it's things out in nature, trees, the landscape, the colors. If it's indoors, what kind of place were you in? What color were the walls? Was there decor in there, furniture? You got to pay attention to all of that stuff. Who was in the dream? How did you see them? Did you know these people? Did you not? What were you wearing? If you see yourself, what were they? All of this, trust me, after you sit down and do dream recollection work, which is going into a meditation or creating a working where you relax your mind and lock yourself in through what you can recollect and try to take yourself back to that moment to see what else you can recollect. Because trust me, when you're dreaming, it's all stored there in your subconscious mind. But sometimes when you come out of the dream, you just struggle to recollect every aspect of your dream sometimes. And even the people who say they don't dream, you're dreaming. Trust me, you're entering the astral realms. It's just could be a multitude of reasons of why you're not having dream recollection. Could be spiritual blockages there, mental, emotional. Could be sometimes health issues that are creating that recollection. And that's getting a little bit more detailed and intricate as far as understanding the central nervous system, the endocrine system, and how the important and the functionality of your glands and some of the medical aspects of how your body works. That too can affect not only your ritual work and your spiritual work, it could affect focus, concentration, meditation, dream recollection. All of these things can be affected by that. Okay? But I can tell you it's a very complex thing that has a bunch of operating mechanisms that work with it. Now, your hippocampus area of the brain is the one that is responsible for these spiritual experiences that you have. Now, you have to go back to Dr. Edward Bruce Bynum's book when he talks about dark light consciousness and neuromelanin, right? There's an important connection there to neuromelanin, which I might even do a video on neuromelanin, because that's the super highway of how this consciousness or knowledge or intellect is conveyed. Yes, and there's a connection when you get into, the pineal and the activation of the chakra and all that. But again, I want to stay on, because these are short tutorials, I want to stay on base with dream recollection. Okay? Remember, the reason why I say you should keep record of back to what I was saying before I got a little bit sidebarred. Remember when I talked to you about, and it's funny because I watched the time is an illusion. There is no linear time. There only is the now. It's funny how I look at the views on that video and there's not a lot of views on it. I don't know why people are skipping that over. That's an important video. And I would encourage you, if you haven't watched it, to go watch it. And I'd say it's an important now at this moment while you're watching this video, because there's a connection to that which you're calling dream world or dream recollection. Remember when if like I said before, the past, present, and the future all linked to the now. So you can have a dream today and something that connects to it 6 months. It's still all in the moment, in the present moment, or the now. It's hard for people to understand that if you're really not locked into this spiritual path. It's not going to make sense to you because you're still confined to linear time. You still think that everything that happens ages through this false concept of linear time. You don't understand the concept that everything is happening in the now. Well, you go, well, look at myself. It wasn't at one point I was an infant, and then I went to an adolescent. So now you're trying to gauge it by how you've changed, and what you believe to have been is aged over an X amount of years, again, according to linear time. Well, go watch the video for that. I expound on that more. I'm bringing that up again. Your dreams and how you connect to them operates the same way. This is why you can have a dream, even a current dream that could happen tonight, might connect with something that happened to you in your childhood when you were younger. Why does that happen? Why do I dream about something that happened to me, quote unquote, so-called years ago when I was either a small child or a young child or a teenager, this, that, or the other? How does the mind, how does the subconscious mind, how does the brain go back so vividly into something that you are determining the past if it isn't all connected in the now? Okay? So not only does that apply moving forward, or what we think is forward, it also applies to what we think is going back in time. So what I'm trying to tell you is past, present, and future is the now. And the only thing that is really real is the present moment. Because you really don't know if tomorrow's going to come. Shit, you don't even know if 3 hours from now is going to come. Your dream cycle, tapping into the dream realm, it works the same way. So this is why it's very important when you analyze your dreams, when you're trying to decipher your dreams, don't get frustrated if it doesn't happen right out the gate. Because I've dealt with so many clients over the years that reach out to me to help them understand their dreams. Yes, I can assist to a degree, but don't reach out to me if you're not willing to do the work you need to do on your end to get a clearer picture. See, some people just want everybody to do everything for them. And I know there's people out there that claim they can do that, but it's a bunch of bullshit. Okay? The problem is we keep embracing paths where we want everybody else to do everything for us. Let me just pay somebody a couple of dollars and they're gonna decipher all this for me while I just sit on my lazy ass and I don't do anything. Believe that bullshit if you want. Okay? I don't operate like that. When clients reach out to me for readings or consultations, I explain to them how they can do this work for themselves. That's what you pay me for. My time and my information that I spend and share with you. That's it. That's it. But I'm not one of them bullshit spiritualists that tell you, pay me thousands of dollars and I'm going to fix or answer all your problems or concerns. That's the problem with a lot of things going on in these conscious spiritual platforms, whatever you want to call it. Okay? Where do you come in at some point to take accountability for your actions and you add your work and your energy to the mix? Well, dream recollection is the same way. Okay? So again, myself or somebody else, we can help you decipher, because it's obvious sometimes when I'm talking to somebody about their dreams and I dig and I probe and I ask them questions, what's been going on the last few months or throughout the year, etc., and then they explain to me their dream. Some of the symbolism and the meanings is obvious. But what I'm trying to tell you is the overall big picture, which is the real deep internal personal message for you. That's where you got to come in and start to put the pieces of the puzzle together. I can only help push you in the right direction, but to sit there and claim in depth that this is what it is, myself or anybody else would be bullshitting you. Even if it sounds convincing, at the end of the day, there's a certain process of self-confirmation that you're going to have to get to in order to get the full understanding, or I should say above the standing, right? That's a new term, or beyond the standing, right? Of what that dream is, okay? That's the reality, people. That's how it works. So like I say, when this video obviously was inspired by that conversation I had this morning with Raven, when she broke that down to me, we put one and one together and we said, wow, see? And it made me say to myself, this is shit I've been saying to people for years. So I got confirmation through experience of the stuff that I'm teaching to people and showing people. I got a first-hand experience with that today, which one makes me feel good because it confirms to how I've connected to my spiritual path. And it confirms that when I'm sharing something as a whole, something that applies across the board, a concept or an understanding of something, it now confirms that that is correct. Okay? This is how we develop our path to self-mastery. This is how we develop things by when you hear me use the term tons of times over the years, raising yourself up to the reality of something is when you confirm the truth of that thing. That's why I said truth is very personal. Okay? And truth is based on how you perceive and understand that truth. Okay? You can't force people to accept truth through the eyes of faith and belief. Because when you accept truth through the eyes of just faith and belief, you're accepting the truth in things not confirmed, proven, or seen. Okay? And that misleads you and takes you down the wrong path. Okay? So if you really want to understand your dreams, if you are a person, let me reiterate this as I'm almost at my destination. Let's do a quick recap, a quick summary. Okay? And the summary, if you're a person that has a lot of dreams or you don't, let's talk about first, real briefly, I'm not going to stay too long on it. If you're a person who really struggles to recollect your dreams and you don't have any recollection of them, 9 out of 10 times there could be a mental blockage there, an emotional blockage. It could be something that you're dealing with that creates trauma on a subconscious level. That blocks that recollection. The other thing, as I mentioned earlier, it could also be something to do, it could be a health-related issue. All right? So all those things need to be looked at and checked to see if there's anything going on in there. Now, if you're a person that has vivid dreams all the time or dreams a lot, and you have a good recollection, okay, I would highly encourage you to keep a journal. Now, if you're a person who retains things and it's very easy for you to remember, I'm pretty much like that when it comes to My spiritual work, this is my journal right here. Okay? I can recollect a lot of that stuff, almost all of it, or just about all of it. So if you're a person who has that good mental retainment skills and recollection skills, then store it here and always have the ability to access it. Now let's just say you're not. It's like you recollect it all, you have all this information in your head, but you kind of need to record it, write it down to get it all sorted out. Then do that. Because guess what? When you get an aha moment like this, that's something that happens today that confirms a dream you might have had several months ago, vice versa. Now you could go back and look, oh, such and such. Oh, okay, that's what that is. Oh, that's what that meant. Oh, now I see what that is. Now that makes sense. That's why I say you got to be patient. Because sometimes the hidden gnosis of it doesn't come right out the gate. I know we all want it now. I want it now. I want it fast. This is the world we live in. We live in a world that's fast. Got to have it now. Everything's express. Online. Heat it up in the microwave 20 seconds. Now. Press a button. Boom. Everything's at my access. See, that's also conditioned us in a bad way. Where we've lost one of the hardest schools. That might be my next video. To master, which is patience. Okay? And that's probably my next video I'm going to do on my next trip. So I'll save elaborating more on that next go around. But record your stuff down if you are one of those person or persons that doesn't have that good, that just can maintain it in here. Some do, some don't. But you must have some type of methodology or system that is going to work for you. Because that's where your job and responsibility comes on this path. Right? Nobody can do that for you. Nobody can make you consistent. Nobody can help you develop good habits that help make you consistent, spiritual practices, things of that nature. That's where your job comes in. So you can't pay nobody to do that for you. Right? That's all on you. And if we understand the concept that we talk about all the time on this path about accountability, at the end of the day, it all falls on you. You are responsible for your successes and your failures. That's going to be my next two videos. Yours and patience, right? Let's talk about some of these attributes. All right? But I hope that helps. The dream recollection thing had no, this was, again, inspired out of the blue this morning. So I want to pass this on to you guys. Hopefully this helps you, better assists you when understanding your dreams and how to recollect those dreams. Dream recollection. It's important, people. All right? So hopefully this helps. If you need to reach out to me, shoot me an email, khnum19@gmail.com. If you need to reach out to me for the 6th annual Journey of the Black Adept Conference, if you need to book a spiritual reading or a consultation, if you hold on one sec, oh yeah, I'm sorry, got distracted. Or if you are looking for the direct link to the podcast, if you're looking to sign up for classes on the Primordial Chaos Patreon page, patreon.com/Baniti, Baniti. Tier 3 is the tier you want to join to get in on the private classes I do every month on Patreon, along with the group ritual we do at the end of the month. Again, my contact email address, the links to the Facebook and Instagram page, the link to the Primordial Chaos podcast, the link to the classes, again, and my email, all of those things are in the description box of the video you were watching right now. All right. Having said that, I am at stop number 1, Thursday, 9 rounds. I will shoot a video after I leave 9 rounds and do my second part of my exercise routine on Thursday as I drive over to Planet Fitness. I will upload or record another video. So hopefully this helped. Infernal blessings, and we'll talk soon.